Welcome to Death Valley. I've got my 4x5 set up here. This is the valley from one of the overlooks right when you come into the park. I really like the salt that kind of leads off into the distance. I'm going to expose one sheet of Delta 100 and see what it turns out like. This is my Sekonic spot meter. It also does incident readings if I need to. I use it for most of my large format images, and it gives a more accurate reading based on where I point the spot meter if I want to get the reading for the highlights or get the reading for the shadows separately and then combine them and work with what I've got from there. I've got it set for ISO 100 like normal, and it's showing f64 at 1/8 of a second, and that kind of goes throughout most of the image. Some of the darker areas are just a stop or two off, which is perfect for what I'm looking for. I've got some Ilford FP4 Plus. It's a black and white film, 125 ISO. I'm gonna load it up into the Pentax. It's pretty much just like any normal 35mm SLR. Just have to put the film spool on one side. Kind of tricky getting it in just right. Then you can roll it across. Put it in the other film spool. Then you match up the arrows with 120 right there. Alright guys, it's about 4:30 in the morning here in Death Valley. I'm at Badwater Basin. It is pitch black. The stars look incredible with no cloud cover at all. And hopefully the sun will be up pretty soon. I'm not gonna lie, I have no clue where I'm going. Probably should have waited till it was a little bit lighter out. So the sun finally came out. I've got a nice composition here set up with my 4x5. I've got some snowy capped mountains off in the background, and I'm going to get a tilt on the lens to get a nice smooth focus throughout the image. Still waiting for the sun to brighten up a little bit more so I can get a good composition set up and focus and fine-tune how I want the image to look. The plan's changed. I like this image more, so see if I can get both. One of the biggest reasons I like using 4x5 is for the flexibility. So with this image, I tilted the front standard just a little bit forward, and that allows the entire image to be in focus from the foreground to the mountains in the background. I'm trying to walk over there. Looks like some nice sand dunes, untouched for now. These super cool rocks. After 2 hours of driving, I think I might see the racetrack. Here you can see one of the rocks with the long trail behind it. It's a little hard to see with the sun up so high. Hopefully when it goes down in a little bit it'll be more visible. Up apparently that's from rainfall during the winter would kind of flood the whole racetrack and freeze. The water would freeze, and when the water freezes, the wind would be just strong enough to move the rocks little by little and eventually making a path. They call it the Racetrack Playa because of the shape. It's kind of a giant oval, but also the rocks leave a trace behind them, and they say that the rocks are racing around the playa. I'm on my way to Yosemite and came across this lake with a beautiful reflection in it. I set up my view camera with a composition that I like, and I did a few movements on the front lens. I've got a red filter and a gradual ND filter, trying to darken the sky a little bit. Now I just have to figure out exposure. I'm looking at f64 at 1 second, and that's with adding 2 stops for the red filter. And I'm going to pull probably 1 stop just to get some more detail in the highlights when developing. Hey guys, I just found this really cool composition. It's some farmland near Sequoia National Forest. It's got a little path leading through the middle and a nice big hill with a lot of dramatic lighting. I'm shooting in black and white, and I use the zone system, so I'm still kind of new to that whole system. I know you expose for the shadows and develop differently with the highlights in mind, so we'll see how it turns out. Hey guys, so that's the end of the video. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and give me a follow and check back for some future videos I've got coming up. Leave a comment down below, like the video if you want, and thanks for watching. See ya.